My friend, let me share with you some weird idea, weird research outcome. I know, after hearing this, you'd feel completely dismantled. I feel completely unhappy, despaired, but I really want to do this for this time. Yes, I like to despair people sometimes. It is because if we want to give people the right sense of happiness, right feeling of understanding, right feeling of uh, perceiveness, then it would require to use different types of medicine. Yes, it would be sour, it would be very sweet, it would be just tasteless, whatever. All different types of things have a different vibe. So, excuse me. So, I really believe that as a speaker, as a strategist, as a trainer, as a coach, and all this criteria, all this designation I've just referred before you, I think I consider myself a versatile, multifunctional analyst. The word I have just used would create kinds of panicking vibe in your mind. Yes, it would create. But believe me, as I collect information from different sphere of understanding and as I really like to share for the betterment of the people, so I required to do a lot of experimentation. Yes, still I'm carrying out a lot of experiment, very relevant with the life, very relevant with the people's feeling, very relevant with many others unknown field. But I'm carrying out a lot of experiment to understand different complex things. And as I do experiment, I told you on different complex things, so it is very important to make sure that I'm also doing some experiment on camera. I know the way I'm speaking and the approach I'm now taking, it would be really problematic to understand for many people like you. But I told you I'm about to do some experiment even before camera. So I'll tell you, my friend, that if you just look at a problem from a very specific point of view, you'll not really understand the right weight, right impact, right nature and size of that problem. So you should consider different direction, different part of understanding, philosophical view, epistemological and epistemological and even psychological point of view or understanding to assess properly the problem. So I did that. But if you ask me how much time I spent for that purpose, I have to say, not really huge. I invested comparing to the time I invested for being really vocal before you. I know explanation is not a big deal, not really a big deal. When you are truly well educated person on that subject topics, you have to consider a few things in a very well stable form. When you are not really worried about your pronunciation or your fluency, then it will be easier for you to give 100% focus of the subject topics you're talking about. And when I will start talking about a complex new topics that you are not truly aware of, you are not truly educated enough, then kinds of brainstorming you require to do before camera. That's not a very healthy approach, I think, because I tried to do this stuff many times, and most of the times I found it is difficult and it is very killer stuff. It would completely destroy the spontaneous vibe that you want to create in your speaking, my friend. But as I try to be an expert on these types of stuff, I mean, brainstorming on camera brainstorming. So I'm quite happy, I think. I'm quite worthy, I think. I'm quite used to this types of stuff, as I can speak on different complex topics without any preparation. So it's a very clear sign of my expertise over this language, and this is what I really want to use to create a positive vibe in my speaking. I told you that I am to be a very focused person on the subject topics, and that's why I kept my fluency, my connecting vibe, everything just aside. It doesn't mean that I don't consider the stuff. I keep them aside, but they're working. And all my focus, I just give on the subject topics, on the idea that I'm trying to share with you. Gap, yes. Sometimes the gap you give in between to sentence, that would be problematic for many people. But as I really want people to understand, so I help people to understand something just giving extra gap, and this is quite valid, and it's very important as well. Sometimes when you consider some people who are not really mindful and who cannot give 100% focus on something, so I consider these types of people as well. I don't know, about Mr. Kaltakasan. We currently I'm spending time a lot on this person talk. He's an amazingly good explainer. He was a Trump's MAGA supporter, but he's now Mr. Trump's greatest critic. I consider this person talk as well to develop my fluency, my control over this language. I don't say that Mr. Tarkerson used the very standard form of English. No, of course not. But as he's a very well-known ambassador of Native American, not true native, but substituted native, those who are not truly American, but they consider they're the true American. He's actually the ambassador of these types of people. He was a very good, uh, I think, the best and most influential supporter of Trump when Mr. Trump started the concept of MAGA, Make America Great Again. But now he's a great critic, a great opponent of Mr. Trump. I'm watching this, but I consider this person because of his true honesty for America.